Fingers crossed it's finally worked. Good morning, afternoon and evening everybody. Fingers crossed some of you can find me. There might be 50 million streams just been started by me because yeah, brain cell doesn't work. So I'm just gonna grab the link for this one if I can remember how to do it and send you all in the right direction. Fingers crossed. That one. There's so many pages open, it's ridiculous. So fingers crossed somebody will pop in and go, ooh, I can see you, and then at least I'll know it's working, she says. It's definitely one of them days. Can you tell? Can you tell? Right, where are we going? Lives. Yep, it's up, it's working. And it's no longer broken, so I best re-edit. New one. Right, so now I know it's working, it's streaming. It's just whether you guys actually join in. Yay! Hello, we have got somebody in. Okay, we've got Kai. I hope I've said that correctly. If not, I'll have to give you a nickname because I'm rubbish with new names. So let's just pop out the chat so I can cover my own mug, my own face, so I don't get distracted and go, ooh, I'm watching myself. Right, okay, so we've got Guy popped in. Hello, darling. Says, or he says, I see you and hear you. Have a go. Joe is in as well. Hello, darling. And so is our cheeky Jen Reeves, or as I call her, Jen. Oh, because we got two Jens, and it gets very confusing. So how is everybody today? Linda, welcome in, darling. How are you all? What have you been up to? What have you got on your hook? What have you got in your glass? Right, what have I got? A quick one, because of course I'd set this stream up all lovely and then mucked it up. So give me a second. I'm just going to type a discount code that I've got over on my Ravelry at the moment. I need to grab the link for that, don't I? Oh yeah, as you can tell, brain's really not in gear today. Right, let's hope that will work. But there is a 10% discount code over on my Ravelry page at the moment. 10% off. There we go. Yeah, so there's 10% off of all of the patterns over on Ravelry. But what I do suggest is, I've got to find the right names. Where are we? No, that's not the list. I've lost everything today. There we go. If you plan to purchase the Pops a Baby Hat and Blanket set, or the BIddy Hat and Baby Blanket, or the Cheeky Monkey Hat and Poncho, of course, all of these patterns are separate. If you purchase them together, you automatically get a 50% off on the hat on each of those sets. Okay, so if you plan to purchase any of those, don't use the 10% discount code because it doesn't work on giving you an extra discount, because those have got the 50% off, and that is the better discount for you. I couldn't get it to take the 50 and then another 10 off. It just wouldn't play. So if you like the sound of any of those patterns, that discount is running until the end of this month. And so I'll pop that into chat, which should have come up by now, and then I'm going to pin it to the top just so that anybody that pops in has a look and goes, ooh. And if one of you gorgeous guys or girls could just click the link quick and tell me it actually works, don't have to buy nothing, just see if it works, that would be absolutely amazing for me. Okay, so let me see. We got Linda who's saying hello. Jen is saying she's got just ice water to drink. Kai is saying crocheting a hexagon sweater outside on the patio. Have a go. Joe is saying she is making a koala just now and drinking water, and it's raining. What have we got? We finally got rain, and I'm on the lemonade. I was going to have a cheeky drink, but I decided my brain wasn't working, so that was a bad idea now, wasn't it? Okay. So what else is everybody else up to? Have you had a lovely week so far? I know we're only on Tuesday. For me, I've been up at the office, and I've been working on an order for my husband because he's now got another job with a regular paycheck. So yay! And that means that I've now taken over the running of his laser cutter and thingy bob gadget that he's got. It's massive. But I'm up there and I'm working. He's left me to play with a gadget that costs a lot of money. Knowing full well what I'm like at breaking electrical things, but it's easy enough. It's 3 steps and it's all written down. Push this button, and this button. Watch it go zip for a bit. As long as it's zipping in the right spot, you can leave it for half hour and come back. So that's what I've been doing. Thank you ever so much to Joe and Jen for having a quick nose at that link. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you. It works. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been up there doing this order last week and this week, and I finally finished it this morning. I was only in for a couple of hours, but oh, it was a funny couple of hours. I went in, I did my normal thing, which is go in, open every single window because it's hot up there anyway, let alone with the temperatures it is over here in the UK at the moment. So I've gone in, and as I go in, I start opening windows. I don't bother turning the lights on, there's enough light in there. So it's open the windows, work my way around the windows. Then I turn the computer on. I then walk across to the other side and put the coffee maker on. Then I come back to the computer and the gadget, the laser cutter. And by that point, it's ready to go. And all I have to do is then turn on the machine and set it up and set it going. So I do that. By the time that's finished, I can go back to the coffee machine to put the second pod in, and then I can sit down for half an hour and just do my normal thing, which is watch YouTube videos. So it's been brilliant because I've been able to catch up on quite a lot of other creators' videos whilst attempting to make a tutorial. It's not worked. I'm giving up on it up the office now. And I'm going to reset up in here and start it in here, and fingers crossed, hopefully I'll have that one out in a couple of weeks. But I need to make sure that the 2 girls that I'm working alongside with it like it before it gets put up, because their names are attached on it, so I'm not telling you any more than that. Okay, so let's have a quick nose at what you guys have been saying. I got to that bit. You girls said that. Jen is making a little girl's dress. She's almost finished. Oh, whose pattern are you using, darling? And Colleen, and welcome in, darling. She's saying hello, I've made it. She's working on a granny blanket and a little tiny mermaid. She's got coffee in her cup, but it's supposed to be 110 Fahrenheit there today. So she needs to stay cool. I'm trying to suss out what that is in English. In Celsius. Oh, it's got to be about 43, 44, I think. Hold on. 110 Fahrenheit. There we go. Let's see what Googly says. 43.3. Ooh, that's a hot day. Is that standard temperatures for you, for your part, for where you live, Colleen? I'll wait for a response. Right, okay, so Linda is saying she got coffee and she's knitting a shawl and she's happy to catch the live. I'm really grateful that you guys have all managed to come in, because there wasn't a lot of notification, and then of course I had a bit of a muck up with the setup. So there might be about 15 other streams that have all popped up in the last 3 to 4 minutes before this one started properly. I'm going to have to go in and cut some of them away because I think some may contain cuss words. Oops. Where are we gone? Crafty, welcome in, honey. She's saying hello, Angela. She got distracted, but she's here now. It's okay. You only missed a couple of moments anyway. Oh, thank you ever so much, Colleen. She's saying she's shared out my live on her community tab. Thank you ever so much. Guys, if you could all do me a favour as well, can you hit that thumbs up? I hate asking, you know I hate it. But if you can hit that, hopefully then YouTube will go, oh, she has actually woken up and she is doing a live. Best tell her crazies. Have a go, Joe, keeping you all into suspenders. Did I say that or did you say that? Instead of... Oh, my brain is not in gear tonight, gang. This is going to be fun. Okay, so Crafty is saying she's making a cow right now. And then she's going to be working on an amigurumi in a minute. And that my communication skills are better than hers. Only slightly, honey. Only slightly. That's only because I'm reading what you lot wrote. If you write it round the wrong way and upside down like I normally talk, you'll have no chance. Oh, Jenny's saying that the baby dress that she's making is a Liz Crochet and More tutorial. Ooh, I haven't come across that channel yet. Or have I? I don't know. Brain. It is definitely not working. And Crafty is saying it's a YouTube cursing is part of the course. Yeah, but normally it's not on camera, or I can delete it before it goes live, goes out. That's why most of my whip spits and chat videos are so chopped up. It's got all the effing and jeffing in them. I sound like a drunken sailor. Sabrina, welcome in, darling. She's saying hello, a lovely crazy and everyone. She's just eating a dinner, which is normal for our cheeky Sabrina. She's either cooking it or eating it when I go live, because it's of course 7 o'clock in the evening here in the UK. Okay, let's see what else you've been saying. Crafty has said done. Thank you ever so much, darling. Oh, the temperature conversion. See what I mean? Told you. I'm a bit dozy today. So she was saying, she meant to say the temperature conversion. My communication is nice. Oh dear. We're going to have fun tonight, aren't we, honey? You haven't sounded sober in years. It's overrated. Oh dear. I need to drink. I'll probably choke on it. I don't know if any of you saw it today. But at 10:30 today, I actually put out this month's issue of Inside Crochet. You might want to watch this video and listen very closely at the end. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Birthday issue. But it's worth a look, just so you know whether you want to buy it or not. I'm trying to stay nice. But I got no extra pamphlet in it today. None of the... You know how previous months I get a book and then I get a leaflet with another 6 or so patterns in. I didn't this time. I'm going to sneeze. Go away. Instead I've got a tin. And in my tin, I've got 15 of this style stitch marker. I have never ever used that style of stitch marker before. I'd rather have had the bit of paper with the patterns. Not that I'm ungrateful, but no, I'd prefer the patterns over some tack that's going to get lost in the bottom of the bag or eaten by the dog. Crafty's threatening me. She's threatening me by saying yes, we're going to have fun. Right, yep, so that went up today. That was today's a little video. There is another video later on in the week, which is a book review, because I've got quite a few book reviews lined up. I've got some more books down there that I will be recording possibly tomorrow, so that I've got a stash that will hopefully last me till Christmas. So you'll know that regularly on a Thursday there's a book review, and you never know, you might find one that you'd like for Christmas, so you can write it on your Christmas list. Crafty's saying that so that's what they're called. They're called bulb markers, and she's saying that she's brilliant. She uses them for. Hold on, I've lost that. I use them over the lock stitch markers any day. Okay, so you'd rather. I haven't got one of my normal ones because I've got like the crab, the little claw ones that I make. But you'd prefer these ones. I haven't actually properly looked at them. Do you prefer them? Is it knitting or crochet that you prefer it with? Because I know that some of these sort of some stitch markers work better with knitting than with crochet. And if you say knitting, because I can't knit, so if you say knitting, they'll definitely end up in the bottom of my bag, left alone. It did feel very, very sharp when I just pulled that one out. I could see me being properly damaged. What are you doing there, Spud? He's laying on the floor all huffy puffy because he knows there's no treats up here. Alright, okay, so what other stuff have I been up to? Right, well, this last week I've been really busy at the office. I've been trying to do that tutorial, but things haven't been working for me because at the moment my shoulder's kicking off, or my slip disc I should say, is affecting my shoulder, which is affecting the left hand, and the cramp is extreme. It's gone up a bit, and because of the temperature, heat, like the general heat at the moment, my hand started swelling as well, which is why there's no wedding ring at the moment. It's because my finger started turning blue last Monday, so I had to sit there with it in a bucket of cold water until I'd managed to get it down enough to be able to get the ring off. But but it was so swollen, I was scared it was turning blue, so I had no choice. I had to take the ring off before it ended up being cut off. So because of that, crocheting has been a challenge, big fat challenge. So no more news on the granny square jumper. I haven't touched it. The only thing I managed to finish was, of course, Benedict. So he was the only thing I actually managed to properly finish. And most of him was already made. So it was a case of cheating and sewing him through. Sit back on there, you. There we go. Yeah, so in regards to crochet and stuff like that, I haven't done a great deal at the moment. Let's see what you guys are saying. You're a bi-crafter, so you're a super witch. You could do both. And you find them good for either, okay. Never said they weren't painful, just I prefer them to the little plastic ones, which you can't say. They do pop, don't they, the little plastic ones? But I think we all start with them, don't we? We're like, oh, there's 250 in that box. That'll last me 3 weeks, and then we're all under the sofa. No, it's manageable. It's just a case of not being able to crochet, because that's where I hold the wool or the yarn that I'm using. So it's all about the tension, and because it's so uncomfortable, my tension has gone. My work was looking like it did when I first picked up a crochet hook, and so of course I couldn't do that. Yeah, sorry about that, Crafty. That last comment has been stopped because of the settings that I've got it on. And if I called you that, I really apologise. I didn't think I had. Right, okay, so let me see. By Crafty. No, right, let's go back to your comments. You'd said, oh dear, I hope it's not too bad. It's tolerable. But then it's something I've been suffering with for 10 years. It just stepped up 2 or 3 steps on the pain and discomfort this week. it will go back to normal, won't you? Yeah, so blue definitely wasn't a good look for that finger, so that's why there's been no real crochet. And you're saying that Benedict is adorable. Thank you, darling. It isn't my pattern. It is. Now I'm gonna. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where are you? It's from this book here, which is the Amigurumi Treasures 2. Now, this is the second pattern that I've done from this. The first one was, where are you? The chameleon. Oh no, it's not chameleon actually. It's a Millie the Frilled Neck Lizard. That was the first one I did. But I ended up doing mine in a boho, Signet boho colourway, which meant it was all stripy different colours. So now it looks more like a chameleon. So he's called George. And then of course the second one, which was the one out of the book that I definitely wanted to do, and I definitely wanted to do it in cotton. Ideally I would have used the cotton that they suggested, but I think it was about £3 or £4 per cut per 50 gram ball. I was like, no, I'm not paying that, I'll find something that's similar, and I managed it. So that's what Benedict did look like. I just haven't done the eyeglass yet or added his eyebrows in. That bit scares me, the eyebrows. You love the hat. Hold on, let me double check. Stitch marker. Right, Linda is saying that she loves the hat on the mannequin behind me. And this one here is the Pride bucket hat. Okay. There is the written pattern over on the Ravelry shop, and I believe the tutorial is also up on the channel. So if you can't afford to, or you don't like purchasing patterns because you prefer to have a tutorial, you can do it that way. But if you like to have both, the written pattern also has quick links that will take you through to the tutorial as well, so that you can work both alongside each other as you're making the hat. But thank you very much. And it also comes in other colours. I've got it in blue and white, and Sabrina's got it in pink and white. Where have we gone? Where have we gone? Right, okay, so let's finish your comment, shall I, Linda? Linda was saying that she likes crochet too. She just did her first puppy. Amigurumi, how cool! How did it come out? Did you enjoy doing it? That's the main thing. And would you make it again? And a crafty is saying she could have easily misheard something. She doesn't have great hearing in her left ear. That's okay, because I haven't got the brain cell connected to the gob at the moment either, darling. So fingers crossed I don't say anything too dodgy tonight. And a crafty is saying, oh, she's been meaning to get that book. Yep. Remember, if you wanted to have another nose at the rest of the patterns, there is a book review on this one on this channel already. It's quite a way back though in the folder, but of course I have got that folder that's got all of the books and magazines in, so all you've got to do is scan down until you find it, or pop onto Sunday's Whips, Bits and Chat, where there will be an auto link on screen, because I spoke about it. Meaning to get that book. Oh, that reminds me, Jo's gone and done it. She's gone and purchased a book. She said, that reminds me, her Treasures 2 books arrives tomorrow. Yay. Which one are you going to do, girl? Which one are you going to do? You tell me that and I'll show everyone the picture and stitch you up. So yeah, has to make it. Spring, welcome in, gorgeous. I haven't seen you in a little while. And she's saying, hi, crazy lady. And Colleen is saying she has to have her ring cut off before it was no fun. Well, I know a couple of tricks where I used to work up at the hospital, I wasn't a nurse, I was just a carer up there, so I was basically bedpan Sally. I'd be emptying bedpans and cleaning dirty beds and things like that. And I was only a young teenager. I didn't have many qualifications, but I loved the job. And the amount of different tricks I know, I already had it in my head that I had the cotton from where I was making that amigurumi, the little mouse, and I thought, well, what I can do is I'll thread that underneath the ring, and then I'll spin it around the finger, and then you grab the bit that you've tucked under the ring and you unspin it, and then it does it that way. But I couldn't get my darning needle under the ring. There was not the room, so that's why it sat there for half an hour in some Baltically cold water, and then as soon as I could move it enough, I was literally just stuck it in my mouth and yanked with my teeth, and luckily it came off. So I did it that way. So now that's sitting up in the jewellery box waiting for the finger to shrink back down so I can put it back on again, unless we just can't get a new one. I have had that one 18 years, and he's on his third because he kept losing them. Because we got one that was a bit too big for him by mistake. So we ordered it in the summer, and he was quite a large lad then, and then he went off with the armed forces for 6 months. When he came back, he'd lost a lot of weight, and because of the diet, basically, he'd lost the weight. So it was really, really loose. And one day we were out somewhere and he just said, "Oh, I don't believe it." I went like that, and the ring just went whoop, and we lost it, and there was no chance of finding it. So that was ring number 1 gone. Ring number 2 we lost at the bottom of the ocean. And it's just like, I'm only buying you a cheap one. It's pointless buying you something that's 300-400 quid. We'll just get you one for like 70, all right, husband? Sorry, let's get back to your comments. Oh, Crafty is saying she's trying to get through the over 300 amigurumi patterns that she's bought in the last few years. Oh, that's a lot. That she might have a bit of an addiction. Wonder where you got that from, Kel. Spring is saying she loves it. The cartoon kid artwork. Welcome in, darling. That sounds like the sort of name my daughter would use. Camper, welcome in, darling. She's saying hello and hello to me, hello to Spring and everyone. And Spring saying hi to Tina. I'm guessing Tina is Camper. I won't remember though, girl. You know me. Can you see the what was it? Can I see the book cover? I loved it so much. Yes, Linda. There we go. That is the book cover again. I'll cover my face while I'm reading a bit more. As I said, there is a video already out that shows all of the images inside of the patterns you can create. If you jump over to Sunday's Whips, Bits and Chat now, you can grab that off of the I button there. Where we gone? There we go. So hopefully you've got that now, Linda. Alright, okay. Camper's saying she really needs to get busy. She's done nothing today. Most of my days are like that, girl. And Linda is saying that her amigurumi puppy came out good, but not perfect. She loves it, and it came out cute. Honey, if it's your first go at it, or even your second or third, it takes a while with amigurumi. I've got a tutorial on my channel. Now, this tutorial is on there for to make you laugh, okay? The finished object looks ridiculous. The plastic eyes I didn't fit properly, so I took them out, and now Liam has it as a chew toy. It is that bad. But I put the video up because of the tips and tricks in it. So in it I show you how to do invisible decreases, which are brilliant if you're working on amigurumi feet, because it helps keep the stitch work tight so no stuffing will come through. And there's lots of other tips in that video as well. If I remember, I will pop a link in the I button up here. It'll have to be tomorrow morning though, so that's for everybody, anybody that's watching the video on replay, or any of the girls or guys that are in chat at the moment. If you pop back in the morning, all links will be in the I button up there. I just got to remember to do it. Write myself a note. Wait, bird, get on with it. There we go. So Spring is saying, Tina, you and me both, honey, are just standard chores. Tried their tricks and had to cut it off. Oh, in regards to the ring, it was the ER. Yeah, sometimes they just look at it and go, do you know what, the ring's not as important as the finger. Did you manage to get the ring fixed and resized, honey, or did you end up popping it into your jewellery box and getting a new one? Everyone's saying, what was it? Colleen saying hi to Spring. Spring saying hi to Colleen. It's a skill for sure, says Granny. Oh, sorry, it says Colleen. I've lost it. Where are you? Just bounced. There we go. Oopsie daisy. Camper is saying her dishwater's already cold. She had good intentions at starting out, and then she turned on YouTube. I normally stick it on my tablet and stick my tablet, my little tablet, on the windowsill, which is in front of the the sink, so that as I'm washing up, I'm there going, oh yeah, sort of listening along to whatever's on YouTube at the time, keeping me going. That's my little trick. Oh, that's a shame. Colleen saying she'll get a new one next time. They lost hers when they needed to take it off due to swelling of the lymphs kicking in. Ooh, ouch. Right, so where are we gone? Camper is saying hi. Have a go is saying she thinks she might start with the elephant. Let me have a nose. Because there are some absolutely stunning little cute patterns in here. My problem is there's so many. The boy elephant or the girl elephant? Is there a girl elephant? Now I've said that. I've just come across the boy elephant. Yes. Girl elephant or boy elephant? We'll leave it there for a minute and I'll keep going with comments and wait for me to catch up with you. So Colleen is saying so much crochet, hugs and loves to you all. She is lurking mostly. That's brilliant, darling. Thank you for lurking. And you might pop up later on. So yeah, Jo's saying she thinks she might start with the elephant. Read that bit. Hold on. Wedding ring. At least it's wedding ring number 3, not wife number 3, says Crafty. Yeah, he couldn't handle 2 ex-wives and me. No chance, because knowing my luck, his luck, we'd probably get on. Where have we gone? Full-blown addiction. You can think of a combination of OCD and ooh, Crafty, what you like? Safety knives are dodgy at the best of times. Yeah, I'm not overly keen on them, but I did find a little trick. Whether I can still use it or not, I don't know, because of course things have changed over here in the UK, and all toys that are made to be sold have to go through a lot of different tests, and that includes putting weights on the eye, on like the eyes, to check that they're not going to come off if a kid starts tugging them about. Fully understand that. That's why I'd never put on the stupid plastic eyes if it's for a toy for a kid under about the age of 7. I just won't do it. I don't care how cute it looks. But with this one, what I do is I put them in as they're meant to go in. If they're for a 7-year-old, I actually get a little bit of felt, and I put the felt behind the like on the inside of the stuffy. So I put put the eye through the normal placement on the stuffy, then I put it through the felt, then I put the back on, make sure it's closed as much as you possibly can, and then I heat the end up with a lighter until it starts melting, and then I press my lighter against the end of it and flatten the spike off, so then it gives you an overhang. And that's the only bit I'm a bit iffy on, whether, because I've melted that bit of plastic, whether it's made it more degradable so it'll break easier. So it's something I've got to check. But luckily for me, I've not got round to selling any of my wares, so I'm safe. Phew. And then it's a case of having to remember which one. Right, okay. With Aragorumi, whatever I feel like, I suppose it. The majority of the time, I think I do yarn under because it's in and grab and in and grab and run. Basically, to me, that's a bit quicker, and it's meant to make the stitch work neater. Although I believe this guy was actually yarn over. Yeah, he was a yarn over rather than a yarn under. So it is a case of what you feel comfortable with. Because I did this on a smaller hook and I've got extremely tight tension, that's why I can get away with the yarn over method rather than the having to do the yarn under. If I was really loose when making these, then I would have to go for the yarn under method. There we go. I was rolling my eyes there because I was trying to remember the right word. So Colleen's saying her Frankie and Witch Gnome are going to be dog toys. They are flop. He has flopped too. That is a shame. Are you going to have another go at them, darling? And what made them flop? So Have a Go Joe is saying she's going to make the bird. Oh, I know that bird. Oh, I've lost it. Right, okay, so let's just hit the elephants quickly. We have got Dorky, I think that is the boy. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Dorky the boy. And then we have got, oh no, that's a mouse, not an elephant. Oops. I was going to show you a mouse. That's another mouse. Okay, so no, there is only the one elephant in the book. I was being brain dead. Where is that last one? There it is. Was it this bird you meant? The most craziest pattern in there. Look at that. I must admit he's cute, but if I made him as the one I desperately wanted to do, then you lot would definitely be calling me that crazy. Okay, I've lost the train of thought on your questions there, on your thingies, Colleen. Frankie, which I'm going to be dog toys. Yes, it's fixed. It's the first marriage, but it's the fixed of the grandchildren from that marriage. That's the bit I'm a bit lost on. Okay, Joe is saying the boy. Becoming me. Welcome in, darling. And Crafty is saying that she'd seen the felt trick somewhere, but the heat trick is a new one on her. Yeah, you only need to, you literally just hold it for about 3 or 4 seconds and nothing mega, just enough so it softens enough, and then you smack the side of the lighter on it and squidge it up. But as I said, I don't know how safe that method is. Okay, so it's each their own really. But for me, because the back's already on and that's then splodged, it means that if the back does move, it can't come off. But as I said, I don't know how much it deteriorates the plastic by reheating it. Crafty is saying that with Aragorumi, she is a yarn undergirl too. And Colleen is saying, no, I just freehand them and I just don't like them. The dogs have been begging for them, so she's going to hand them over. And the elephants are adorable, and that she loves Aragorumi. Leanne, don't worry about it. Sorry, Diane, don't worry about it, darling. She's saying, hey, hello, everybody. I know I'm late. And there was no rolly eyes either. I did it for you. Oh, is it? I wouldn't know. I haven't. Oh, sorry. Let's read the comment. Crafty is saying that the bird is almost like a toft pattern in style. My response to that is, I wouldn't know. I've only seen a couple of toft patterns which were in one of the books I think that I reviewed, and I found them a bit. They looked a bit bland. But then at that point, I was probably making the massive dragon. George, what was he? Is it George? No, not George Dragon. I can't think what his name is. But the massive dragon that I made quite a while ago that was on my old opening titles from about 2 years ago. Sabrina, that is perfectly fine, darling. I'm just happy that you're here. Sabrina is saying sorry that she's quiet. She's working on a new design, which I know. I roughly know she's working on a new design because we had a little chat a little while ago, didn't we, darling? Okay, I'm going to have so much problems with your name, Geraldine. I'm hoping I've got that correct. She's saying she is just learning. Is that learning amigurumi or learning crochet in all its forms, darling? Yes, Crafty, I did show an Edward Menagerie, or however the second word is pronounced. I've showed that one quite recently. I don't have it here though because it was a library book borrow, so I can't show that one. But there is at least one of his books in the playlist. But again, to me, they are more styled for a nursery. A newborn baby's nursery. That's how I see those patterns, very simplified. Whereas I prefer a more grown up style of amigurumi now. So stuff that actually looks like it's meant to. like if it's an animal, it looks like the animal. Okay, so what else have we said? That's fair. It's an acquired taste. Yep. Everybody's got, as we both said, everybody's got their views on different ones. I like to do, every time I pick up a new pattern, I want it to challenge me. I don't want it to feel that it's the same as one that I've already done. Or if it is the same, there's got to be something somewhere along the line that's different, something that I've not done before, to then keep my interest. So that's why the nursery style ones for me, I did nursery style ones way back when I first started, and I made a couple of rabbits and some other bits and pieces, but they just looked flat to me. I liked more shape. So then I found one that was rather complicated. Took me absolutely forever, and I've got her, where is she hiding? She's up in the purple room actually. She's about so tall, she's massive, but it took me forever because I saw this pattern and I'm like, I love it, I love it, I love it, but I couldn't afford the price, and it was also written in a foreign language, and I managed to find the original blog post in this foreign language. Don't ask me what it was, but I managed it. I managed to translate it enough so that I could follow the pattern, because I was that tight. I was like, I can't afford these patterns yet. So that one's upstairs, and she's got a lot more shape in the face. And then of course I moved on to the dragons, and if I gave my daughter one that would look good in a nursery, she would throw it at me or set it alight. No, it has to look like it's meant to, mother. If she can draw them so perfectly, I should be able to crochet them accordingly. Oh, all right, there you go. I'm going to say hello to everyone. All right, you love Diane is saying that she loves the sweater in the background. Now the sweater, that is the Crazy Cat Lady sweater. The pattern is available over on Ravelry only. Now it does have some links to videos that show you how to do the stitch that's involved in it. Really? Yeah, sorry, the dog's just plonked his head on the table. He's like, I'm waiting for my treat. I haven't got any. You can't have none. I've got none. Yeah, so sorry, that pattern, as I said, is available in written form over on Ravelry. If you purchase it and you need any help with it at all, just got to find me over an email and I'll help you out. But as I said, it hasn't got a full tutorial for it on the channel, and it's not likely to, because it's too big a project for me. Take too long. Yeah. Yes, I love you, but you're not kissing me. I know where your tongue goes. Right, okay, let's have a nose. Really? Right, you're distracting. Come on, down you go. Get down. Go annoy Rob. Go annoy Rob. I love your sweater in the back. Grafty, you're sounding like me, honey. Over that side of the room, I have got another set of cupboards like this one, but it's only a 4x2. One cube has got yarn in it. One, two. Right, one cube has got magazines in it, and they are double layered. Then another one has got books in it that's double layered. And then I've got books above my head up here. That's double layered too. Because it's only recently that I realised it would save me money if I went to the library. So yeah, quite a lot of the earlier videos. So stuff from say February, before February this year. Any books that you see, book reviews that came out then, will pretty much be books that I've got on my shelf, or that a friend has lent me and I've had to send back. But yeah, I've got quite a few now, but as I said, I'm going to have to go through them at some point and just pull out the patterns that I really like, and then hand them on, because I have noticed that I've got a couple of favourite amigurumi books. The magazines I'm not overly touching that much. I like the new ones that come in, like this one. Normally I will find one or two patterns in it that I like, and then I'll make it, and then it goes up on the shelf and it's done with. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? You end up collecting all these books because there's so many lovely patterns. Then you go, nah, I don't want to do them now. But then on the plus side of that, I'm the only one that wears the crochet. My eldest doesn't live here anymore, so I can't get up-to-date measurements for her for clothing. The younger one, she doesn't like the feeling of yarn on her skin. She's a very tactile child, and certain things she doesn't like the feeling of, and she doesn't like it. So it's like, I said to her, I'm going to make you pull over. Please don't, Mum, you know I won't wear it. She goes, it would look lovely on the hanger, but I won't wear it. And I'm like, oh, pants. How many jumpers can I make myself? And then of course I've got no grandkids yet, have I? So I'm having to try and find homes for stuff now. So much so that earlier on in the week, what was it? Yeah, over the weekend, I got out my Centro, and I started knocking up some hats with some of the yarn that people, that some of my friends have sent me. And because what I'm doing is I'm going through it and looking through it at the moment, because I know that some of it's got wool content, and of course I can't use wool, but firing it through the Centro means that I can make something with it, and then send it straight out. And that's what I've done, but I can't show it you because I stupidly closed the package. I might be able to show a picture, but I made a mummy and baby hat set, because I had two balls, and one's got this really chunky pom-pom on, which on the baby hat, and I've said, I've not sewn it in, you can move it onto the other one. Yeah, so I will, hold on, where are we going? Let's see if I can find the picture. yeah, so that's the picture of the, hopefully that comes out. Oh, you annoying tablet. I want it to stay that way. There we go. Sorry, it's on auto spin. Hold on, can I turn the image round? No, I can't. Yeah, so basically 3 seconds. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That's what it looks like. And yeah, I used 2 balls in total for those, and they've been made and packaged, so they're going out tomorrow. And I was on I had plastic gloves on the hand that was holding the ball as it went through. Yay for the crap tatty die kit is all I can say there. A good few books. Geraldine is saying stuffed toys. She's been crocheting for 75 years. So you started, what, when you were 2 or 3 then? Cripes. She likes the challenge, but also a little that is continuity, isn't it? Says our crafty. A set really makes her happy. Julie's, welcome in, darling. If I didn't say, welcome in our Julie Hannesford, and she's saying hi, Liam. Then we got Crafty saying, oh, hello, fluffy baby. And Diane is, thank you for telling me. Crafty is saying that she should have a podcast at this stage, but with the amount she has, but time is an issue, and like I've said, ADHD is an issue, and I can put things off. Welcome in, Popeye. Haven't seen you for a little while, Daniel. And Daphne is in as well. Hiya, darling. And Deanna as well has popped in and is saying hi, everybody. Hello to the new guys that have popped in. Do us a favour, gang. Hit the thumbs up for me. That would be absolutely amazing, because I mucked this live up at the start. So the notifications went out for a different one. And Geraldine is saying that nope, she is 84 years young, darling. 84 years young. Daniel, how did my cotton dyeing go? The videos are already up on YouTube, actually. But I'll show you them here. I wound one up. It's a little 10-gram cake. I was like, as soon as I take that off my winder, it is going to fall. It's just going to collapse in on itself. So I nicked the empty toilet roll tube that nobody ever takes off the toilet roll holder, and cut it up, cut it to size, and then cut a line down the middle. So as I pulled the cake off, I pulled it onto the cardboard, and that is holding it beautifully. But yeah, here's my colourways, or the colourways I managed to create. These ones are on the pure cotton base. Let's take them out. Yeah, these are on the pure cotton. We have the rainbow style one. Then we had a pure pink. Then I started having a bit of fun, didn't I? For the ones that haven't seen the video, you want to see the video for how I created these colourways, because they were fun. This one is called, what did I call it? The Crazy Splat. Half of it got dunked in the dye, so half got dunked, and then the other half I put the dye on the tatty gloves that I had and splattered my hand on them, and it created the speckles and striping that's on this one. And then I enjoyed that process so much, I did it again with this one, but with multiple different colours, which has like pinks and blues in it. And this one here has a poppy made colourway in the middle here, because I had a bit of blue left over, so I added a bit of red, mixed it round, and then splattered it on. And went, I wonder what it will turn out like. And the problem is, I really should have measured it, because I really liked it, but because they're Aldi dyes, I can't get them again, and I can't sell these or anything like that. So I will be caking them up at some point. So that was the first set. That's the 100% cottons. And then I tried a cotton and acrylic mix, and oh my gosh, one of the colorways here I absolutely adore, because I prefer more muted, paler colors. Okay, so this one was a blue, or it started off as a blue, and it was created the same time as this one was. Okay, but I don't know if you can see the color tonals. This one is blue, this one's come out a dark lavender purple. Okay, then I did a rainbow set the same time as that rainbow set, just to see what the colours would look like. And I don't know if you can pick it up, but the one on top, oh no, yeah, the one on top is lighter. That's because I've found out that's because it's got the acrylic mix, and the acrylic's the bit that doesn't pick up the dye. Hey, I did learn something, and this one is my absolute favourite. Look at that. That one I used a toy that we got from the pound shop. Yeah, so yeah, it was the dyeing was just me having fun. Now I have actually gone out, and because I've got another packet of the dyes left from that Audi kit. So I have actually gone out and I've brought some other utensils now that I'm going to attempt to use in the next video of me mucking around with dye. How bad can it be? Yeah, so that will hopefully come out next week. I've got to make it yet, but what I'm going to do this time round is I'm going to fast forward all the technical mumbo jumbo, like, oh look, I'm soaking it, and oh look, I'm trying to mix this dye and it's going everywhere. Unless there is a comical moment, it won't get put in. No, me. It'll get put in because it'll be a comical moment. But yes, I did have a lot of fun with that, and my husband for my birthday actually bought me the Swift that goes along with the ball winder that I've got, or a Swift, so that I can use it along with the ball winder. So it actually means that the small order of cotton that I got, I can I've already hanked up. I did that over the weekend, so I've already hanked it up, ready to go for sometime this week, to do the recording for that, because as I said, it was fun. So those are all 50 grams. I didn't muck around. I have mucked around with some lighter ones, not lighter, sorry, smaller hanks, but I'll probably be dyeing these ones because I need enough yarn to be able to make something all in the same colourway, and I can use what I've previously dyed as the accents, rather than for the whole thing. So yeah, I did have fun with it, Dan. I can see why you're so addicted. The only difference is you get to play with all the posh stuff. I get cotton. I might try bamboo at some point. I'll just have to find it first. And Sabrina is saying hi to Daniel. Dan's saying hi to Sabrina. And Sabrina is saying she never gets enough of looking at gorgeous yarns. Thank you, darling. I must admit, as I said, blow my own stack and all that, I liked how they turned out. I was expecting them to all be brown. I was expecting one heck of a fail. It would have been funny if it was a fail, and it would have still gone up, and I'd still be showing you them now because I like brown. YOH, welcome in, my darling. She's saying hi. She's sneaking in for a few minutes. And Dan says they are very pretty. Thank you ever so much, Daniel. It's lovely when you get a fellow yarn dyer go, oh, I like those. And YOH is saying a wonderful job on your dyeing, by the way. And Sabrina's forcing my hand up my back. Go on, Ange, get in the kitchen now, Kill. She says she's looking forward to it already. So YOH once tried dyeing with her nieces. Nothing fancy, just with Kool-Aid. That works brilliantly, doesn't it, on natural animal fibres like wool and things like that. I don't know about cotton. I'd have to do a bit more research. Got any ideas, Dan? Does Kool-Aid actually stay put on cotton? Yeah, so Just trying to think what else I've got. Oh yeah, I may, because the hand, I don't know how many of you know this, my hand was playing me up last week. It's got worse this week, so I can't crochet, which is why this lot got hanked. There's only, I can't remember now, 2, 4, 6, 10. There's only 10 in the bag. I didn't go too mad. But yeah, they all got hanked up using my new gadget. Oh, that was so much easier than having to wind it around a wash box. Yeah, and then I got onto the Centro and I made a little hat set that I showed a few moments ago. That's getting sent off hopefully in a couple of days. And then we had my niece's tip up, and I said to him, go in there, go in that box of no return, which is a box that I put the yarn I'm not keen on in. So it's mainly got the Aldi colours in, but the girls are okay with that because they don't mind, it's a gift. They're happy to have it. So they went in. One of the little toe rags came out in a mint green. Most of you are my old crazies. And for the new crazies, I made a shawl using Aldi yarn in a mint green, and I started it before I started the channel. And then I ran out of yarn hut, and I didn't have enough to complete this shawl, and I desperately wanted to do it all one colour. So when after I'd started the channel, and I had about 250 subscribers, I think at this point, I shouted out, anyone in the UK got any spare they want to swap? Nobody had any, because it was already a year out of date. Now, Aldi, you can't get the same colour again. You just can't. It doesn't work. There has not been a rotation. They still haven't bought back the red or the green that I used for the poppies the first year I made them 3 years ago. So, there we go. But they had this mint green turn up after I think the channel had been going for about a year. Someone sent me a message going, Poppy, get online, they've got mint green, you can get it sent to the house. I was like, oh my gosh. So I ordered 12 balls, thinking, that's brilliant, I can oversize this one and there's going to be plenty left, and I might make 2 because I really like the colour. When they turned up, it was the difference between the duck egg blue and the bright blue. That's sort of the difference in the colours between this one and what the shawl actually looks like. The shawl's the lighter. So I was like, I've got 12 balls of this mint green, which is this is mint green, whereas the other one was more of a duck egg blue / green. What can I do with it? So I made a blanket. I've made 2 tops. And it just doesn't seem to be going down this stash of mint green. Well, I finally got to the point, I think I only had 4 left, and there was a lady on Facebook Marketplace selling mint green, so I went and got it. It was the same as this one. So I gave up, finished the shawl. It's a bit short, it hasn't got the extra tassely bits on, but I don't care. It's done, it's dusted, it's out of the way now. So yeah, I got loads of this mint green, so I knocked up a hat for her on the Centro. Then I played with my pom-pom maker with a black yarn as well as the green, and I just span it round at the same time, so it was 2 strands spinning round. It made it a bit quicker actually. And then her sister came out with, I want to be a goth. I said, okay, so what colour do you want? Expecting her to go black. She went black. I went, your mum crochets, you know how we detest black. She went, yeah, I know, so I've got purple. She's a snot bag. Love her to bits. Yeah, so she's got a purple one with a humongous pom-pom on. Well, she's got the bigger head, so it can hold it. And I've also done it so it's a bit longer, so she can take the pom-pom off and have it as a slouchy as well. Because, hey, she's a teenager and they're stroppy snot bags, aren't they? So it's multi-purpose. No, it's not. It's a case of I kept going and going and going, and then measured it and thought, oh, that's about 3 miles too long. Right, so YH is saying that the Koala H they did with wool, so that's brilliant. And oh, brain's gone again. I'm sorry, Dan, there we go. Daniel's saying that unless, of course, it's the other half. And then, sorry. So Dan is saying that he used Kool-Aid before too. It worked well. He hasn't tried it on cotton though. He's just used a tie-dye kit from Amazon. Yeah, as I said, my tie-dye kit was from Aldi. As you saw, the colourways were lovely, but we can't get all the certifications we need for anything from Aldi. So that's staying here with me. I'll make something with it. Use the other pack of dye for the next video where we'll just have a bit of daft fun with some of that cotton that I've used there. And then if I've still got the bite, I might go and get some proper dyes that will work with cotton and have a bit more fun, so that I can then make a chunk of the same colourway, so I can make something bigger with it. Because I have got a shawl pattern that I've written up that I hadn't found the yarn for yet, and so I think I might try and make it for that. That's going to need a lot of cotton because that's thinner than the DK yarn I've been using. So YOH is saying if she ever did it again she would stick to cotton, and she didn't really use wool yarn too much. Oh no, Colleen! She is saying that she is frogging 2 Christmas sweaters because the yarn is discontinued. Ouch! Oh, that's really disheartening when that happens. Can you not do, I don't know, the sleeves a different colour or something? Do a mismatch. Because that's how that one started. I knew I wasn't going to have enough of the brown. Actually, it started with those 2 shades and the frickin' mint green. As I said, I was trying to get rid of it, but after I'd done about that much, I was like, no, I can't do it. It was brown, the beige, the mint green, the brown, the beige, and mint green. Because I'm thinking, oh, it could look really cool. It would look like ice cream, mint choc chimp ice cream, and I'm just like, no, I can't do it. It's horrible. I really detest that green shade now. Really detest it. But Linda's saying that you liked the green or the purple. I must admit I do quite like them set out like this. This is fine. This isn't enough of that mint green. It isn't too much. It's only a small thing. If it was I've made a top with it. That was too much mint green. I've offloaded that to the mum of these kids. That reminds me, that's got to go in the package too. Crafty is saying sorry she got distracted, she is back now. That's perfectly fine, darling. Thank you for letting it carry on running. No, not really. However, her granddaughter just said, Granny, I will wear most of those. Twice. How old's the granddaughter, darling? Just trying to think what else we got. As I said, I haven't done any major crocheting. That's pretty much it. Get my brain in gear in a minute. I really will. What are we doing? There we go. Ooh, at the moment he's saying I've got 10 viewers watching and 18 likes. Yay! Thank you everybody that's hit the thumbs up. Sorry, got distracted. Done that one. Both, but the mint green is your favourite, Linda. If you saw it in natural light, you might not agree with that shade of mint green. It's very in your face. It's a very in your face mint green. And Colleen is saying that she likes both, and Litlands a 9. Oh, cripes. Right, just give me a minute. I've got Liam bashing the door. I'll be back in a second. Bob, it's raining and the dog wanted out. It's raining and the dog wanted out. Can you let him in a few moments, please? Thank you. He's going to need tailed down. Back with you. Sorry about that, gang. Normally I set you up with a question, but I couldn't think of anything. Let me see. Crafty is saying she has to tell her brain off all the time as it doesn't behave all the time. Mine's like it quite a lot as well. And Granny is saying she has a 7-year-old grandson, a 9 and 7 and 3-year-old granddaughters. They were originally for my grandmum, so I didn't think she'd like the colour. Oh, right, gotcha. And she's happy she wants them. She can frog a little and finish the sleeves and finishing. That's the thing, it depends on the style of pattern that you're doing, doesn't it? Sometimes you look at it and you go, yeah, I haven't got enough left, like yarn left. It's like with this, sorry, I'll just put it around the right way. With this jumper I was making, it was out of one of the Inside Crochet magazines, and the reason I chose it was, one, I liked the words on it, and it was a style and technique I'd not done previously, and the other reason was it had really nice long sleeves, and I love the idea of being able to hold the sleeve sort of there with my hand and wrap my hand around and just sort of power walk up the road with the sleeve sort of around the fist. So I'd got all the work on this jumper done, and oh, it was a nightmare because I think, if I remember rightly, I had a bit of an issue with it as well, like I do with most things I make, where I'd sat there and I'd made the back panel to the size that it said in the book, but I hadn't done a proper swatch, so it meant I'd used the wrong hook size for my tension, right? And this thing would have wrapped it. I was like, this can't be right, I'm not that large. This can't be right, I'm not that large. No, you're not believing in yourself. Keep going, keep going. When I put it up against my husband, it would have fitted him. So I'm like, yeah, that's wrong. Let's undo it. Let's start again. Which was a really good, lucky thing actually, because I also did a yarn review of the yarn that I'd used, and I showed you how well it frogged. Because I was frogging it back anyway, and I thought, I'll hit record and I can show you guys. So that's what I'd done. So that was the back of it there. Now, as I said, it was meant to have long sleeves, but I ran out of the purple, and it's not the same. Oh, you're joking me. No. I really thought then it was the same shade. It's not. Oh my word, that would have really freaked me out because I pulled this place apart. Right, so this is technically meant to say a book lover, okay? But my excuse is I'm dyslexic. No, I preferred hook. I prefer hooks over books. So yeah, it's hook lover. So when it came to finishing it off, the arms are too short because I ran out. I knew I was going to run out of yarn, so I did two, like 3/4 ways. They sort of sit there, and then the pattern didn't have an edging around like a neat edging around here. It just had a basic single crochet, and it had no edging on the sleeves. And I was like, I don't like that because I've shortened the sleeves. So I added a star stitch border around the neck and around the sleeves in the darker colour, which is the same shade as the words, and it is literally 2 rows, so, because of course the star stitch repeat is a 2-row repeat, so that's all I did, star stitch the 2 rows round, and that's what's given me the neat sleeves, the collar, and I also did it on the bottom as well. But now looking at it, I was sitting, I think before we had our hot season of what, 2 weeks now, I did actually phone up. I spoke to my mum, and she started laughing, and I said, what? She went, you used to live in a pyjama top that looks exactly like that jumper, apart from it didn't have words on it. I was like, so that's where I got the colour combination from. But yeah, yeah, so I can't think when the start of that story and what it was about, but yeah, it was to do with shortness and changing things up. Now, if I'd made that again, what I would have actually done is probably done it so that, that's where I was going with it. What I would have done is, if I'd have had enough yarn, would be to use this colour for the sleeves, and then do the edging in the lighter colour to sort of try and pull it in that way, or even striped it between the dark and the light to sort of give it a bit more oomph than just having the words on it. But I don't intend to make it again. So when it's done, it's dusted, it fits, that's fine. On to the next pattern. Alright, let's have a nose at what you guys are all saying. Hang on. Colleen is saying that the jumper that she's making is an hexagon cardi, so she can wear it with jeans or whatever. Oh, that sounds beautiful, and it's probably going to look even better than it sounds once it's done. Crafty is saying, for some reason she runs a mile from things with words on them. Swatches are overrated, she said. I'll be fine, she said. Yeah, exactly. Bad words. But hopefully you've learnt by my mistake. Because especially now I'm making clothing patterns and I'm like, make a swatch. Especially with the cat one. You need to make a swatch so that you know how big your stitches are, so you can work out how many you need for your individual personal size. So what else did Crafty say? Yeah, fine. What was it? Swatches are overrated, she said. I'll be fine, she said. Then she comes up with, this is what goes on in my head when I mean swatching. Okay, sorry, I hadn't finished your full thing. I thought you were taking the mickey, because normally I say swatches. No, don't be daft. In this case, I've gone, yeah, do it. And my other theory now is all the swatches that you can make over time, you can always stack them in a box somewhere and have an emergency. It depends on how many projects you do over the year though, but you could end up with an emergency patchwork blanket at the end of the year. So now I'm going to be doing swatches. And Colleen is saying that is so cute, great job. Thank you ever so much, darling. Jo says that she loves the jumper, and Julie is saying that is cute, and Linda says it's beautiful. It's just something bat crazy, and to be honest, I'll happily wear that over a pair of jeans down the pub when it gets a little bit colder. And yes, I will be holding my hook and probably crocheting at the same time anyway. Although my husband was a bit naughty. Hold on, I've got to be careful how I word this so that anyone younger doesn't quite cotton on. But of course it says a hook lover, doesn't it? My husband seems to think that I should have moved that the ER is in the wrong spot and it should have been at the end of hook. He is a bad boy. Bad boy. Alright, so where are we going? YOH has got to go back to work. Take care of yourself. See you later, darling. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, let's see what else you said. Okay, so we got Jo saying she loves the jumper. Julie's saying that's cute. And Linda is also saying it is beautiful. And now Crafty is having a good old giggle. I bet that's about what husband said, isn't it, girl? You are as naughty as me. And Colleen is saying, a naughty hubby. Well, it's the military brain that they have. It has to be naughty and warped, doesn't it? And it definitely is in his case. And it's rubbed off on me, but shh, don't tell people. So Crafty is saying she thinks she'd like my husband. When can you come and collect him? I love you too, husband is bound to be watching. I'll get told off now. And Crafty is saying she suspects that they've got the same sense of humour. That's a challenge in itself, that is, honey. Well, you can put up with me, so if you can put up with me, you'll easily get on with him. It's just a shame. I think you're in a different country, aren't you? Are you US bound? I'm trying to think. I tell you what, trying to remember where everybody is bad enough for me normally. I can't even remember where half of my cousins live. They're all in the same county. I still don't know where half of them live, let alone trying to remember everyone on YouTube. Yeah, so Crafty is saying she suspects they've got the same humour. Oh, I forgot to say, if anybody is, oh no, and I haven't, if I've missed your comments, I'm really, really sorry. One, I've just noticed it wasn't on live chat, and two, if your comments aren't going up, it's because I've got it fixed to subscribers only, so fingers crossed that I haven't missed any. Doesn't look like it. Right, okay, so Crafty is saying, oh yeah, she's going to take my husband for me. Yay. She suspects they've got the same humour, closer than us. Try Ireland. Oh, sweet. Dublin. Oh, that's one place I'm going to go to at some point in time. I've not been lucky enough to get over to Dublin yet, or to any of Ireland. I've got my list of places I want to go over there. I keep threatening to nick the my best mate, because she wants to go over to Ireland as well, and it's not too far away from where we are, because I'm in Gloucestershire and she's in Wales, so I've only got to go over the bridge, pick her up, come back, and then drive up quite a way before I get to come over by ferry. And we've been planning that trip for about 6 years, and it's a case of, we're going to do it, boys, we're going to do it, and one of them will be like, I'm sorry, you can't, girls, and it'll be like, well, why not? Well, work says I've got to be in for the week, and you're like, oh, you toads. But we will get there at some point, because of course my kids are nearly at the age where I can leave them leave the youngest unattended, because she's like 17, and my best mate, she's two of her kids, she's got a 17 and a 19-year-old at home, so they're perfectly capable of looking after the two younger ones. But it's just a case of talking her boys into it, or bribing her boys, so that we just leg it and go, bye! But yeah, that could be quite dangerous, the pair of us coming over to Ireland. Oh, it's definitely something we want to do though. But yeah, so Crafty's in Dublin. So yes, darling, if you've got your proper Irish sense of humour, you'll get on like a dream with both me and hubby. And not only that, it means that we might be able to drop a couple of naughty words as well, or at least some naughty jokes. And Joe is saying to Crafty that you are just across the water from her. So whereabouts are you then, Crafty? Sabrina was saying that she loves the Irish so much. Oh, she sneaked back in quick. Linda says, awesome, he appreciates your crochet. And Crafty is saying we are just a ferry away, a couple of hours at most. Leaving a 17-year-old unattended, dangerous. Not with this one, honey. No. All I've got to do is make sure that she's got the details for Just Eat, unlimited internet, her drawing tablet, and any craft supplies she wants. She's extremely sensible. She's one of these. If you say to her, you can do this, 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 and this, that's what she'll do. If you say you can't do this, this, and this, she'll stick to it. She doesn't like breaking rules yet. So get in there before she decides she wants to. Be like, no, I'm finally going to have a party. And if she turned around and said, oh, I'd had a party, Mum, I tell you what, I'd be so proud. Surprise. It's like, Mum, we had a party while you was out, and I'd be like, yes, finally. Because she's one of them, she's a very homebody, she prefers being at home. She's only got a small circle of trusted friends, and all of those friends are absolutely brilliant and well behaved, and none of them would jump all over my sofas, paint on the ceiling, or break anything, or trash the place. They're all very respectful kids, so I am so lucky with that one. The eldest one, oh, if she'd have had a party, I'd have found all sorts. Yeah, that would have been dangerous, leaving that one unattended, but she's moved out now, so she's fine. She's in her 20s as well, so she's cushy. So Crafty is saying, fair play. I would collect your husband, except I'm working on getting the courage to ask my girlfriend out on a date again. I can put things off so well. Don't do it, Mr. or Mrs. Don't do it. Just ask her. Just literally just go like, come on, we're going. Boink. And especially at the moment with the weather the way it is, if you've got any nice beaches round by you, picnic it. It means then you can sit there and have a chat and you're not going to get disturbed. And I did mean picnic as in food, and do not disturb as in being able to talk, not be naughty. But hey, if you can, get away with it. Oh, my bad. Sabrina is saying, well, lovely Angela and lovely ladies in chat, I have to go and watch the usual TV things with my son. Have a great evening, everyone. No, Sabrina, have a lovely evening with a cheeky mister. And I'll chat to you soon, honey. Alright. Oh, Crafty. She doesn't know she's my girlfriend yet. Oh, just do it. Just do it. Oh, I used to hate that moment between that are we, aren't we stage. But if she knows, she probably knows. But it's always good to get clarification, isn't it? Always, I threw out a long word then. Oh, I am in shock. That lemonade's gone right to my noggin. What else have we got? I'm just trying to think. I'm just checking photos a minute, because you know what I'm like. I take a photo of everything so that my brain works. Okay. No, there was the 4 hats. That. Yeah, so no, that is it. But I have had my naughty yarn supplier say to me that she's put the order in for some other cottons, because I've got some the 50 gram cottons that I showed you that I'd hanked up. They're the 50. They're an acrylic mix, so whatever I make is going to be lighter, which means I can get away. I'm going to try and reproduce this one again, so that I can have something a bit bigger in this one. And that's my next challenge, is to reproduce that one. And then she's sending me some of the 100 gram hanks. Well, she's not sending it, I'm going to be buying them, but she's put the order in for me. And then I'll have some more fun. So yeah, okay, I'm going to be dyeing more cord. I'm going to have to go out and buy dyes now, aren't I? Because I don't think that small amount in those bottles is going to do. All 10 hanks plus the 10 I've just ordered. Yeah, I'm going to have to go buy more dye. I've just got to work out which one's the right one to use. I'll get there. Dan, you still about? Help! I think he might have legged it, actually. Okay, alright, so how many have we still got in here that I'm harassing? 6 of you are in for the moment. Who's up for a winner only pattern? Stick yes in the comment section. If there's enough of you, I will fire over a question. If not, actually, if you pop a comment in this video when it goes into replay, any old comment will do. Keep it nice and sweet, mind. But if you pop a comment in this video when it goes into replay, you'll be entered into a draw for a winner only pattern for this month, and I will tell you who has won and draw it at the end of the month. Okay, so it'll either be sort of in or around the last Friday of this month, or depending on where the Fridays lay. Hold on, let's have a quick look. I really should just pull up the calendar, shouldn't I? Where are we? Friday. Okay, I'm going to draw on Friday the 2nd of August, and I will tell you who has won on Sunday the 4th. Okay, so just make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and have fun popping in that comment in the description box down below. Right, so for anybody that is still here on the normal chat, we've got 3 of you going, yep, nice. Oh, 4, yes please. Okay, so we're going to go for a vault pass because I really can't be bothered tonight to pick one and hope that you've all not got it, because I know a couple of the girls that are saying yes please are pattern collectors. Right, okay, so let me think. Questions. I haven't got the brain to make one up, gang. I really haven't. No, actually, I think most of you have been in. How many hats have I made on the Centro this week? Okay, so there's my question. Let's. Julie's saying she really wants to swear right now, so yes please. Right, okay, so let me write Mark in the chat. Okay, if you can pop your answer to the question in the chat now, that is how many how many I'm gonna cheat. How many hats have I made? Oh cracky, wrong one. Made this week. That one there. Right, you ready for the quick hint? There's your hint. How many hats have I made this week? That's it. That's your clue. Biggest clue ever. Did you count them all? Okay, keep going. None of you have got it correct yet. Right, Linda is asking, where are your patterns purchased, please? Right, so my standard patterns are over on my Ravelry shop. There is a link up at the top of the chat that says 10% off at Ravelry. I didn't put the flipping code in. Right, so when you get to checkout, make sure you pop in the code GIFT. It's all in capital letters, okay? That will give you 10% off of any of the patterns over there on the Ravelry shop. Now, the one that everybody's attempting to get now, what was I saying? Yeah, the one that everyone's trying to get now is a winner only pattern, and it's for a vault. It's a vault pass for the winner only patterns. There's 11 patterns so far that I'm unable to sell because they are based off of characters from Marvel or Disney. So because of this, I can't sell them, otherwise I'll get done for copyright. But you guys can make them, just don't sell your finished items, okay? Make sure they're gifted to your friends and family. Yeah, so don't sell them, like the finished items, and certainly don't sell the patterns on. Otherwise, you will get stung by Disney or Marvel, sorry. Right, okay, so all of you had a go. And Jen was the first one to come out with 4, and I think she actually got in there just before I showed the image. So congratulations, Jen. Do me a favour, babe, if you can fire me off an email as soon as possible, that would be absolutely brilliant. And then, you know the deal, when this one goes into a replay, if you could pop a comment underneath so I can verify the email. And then we'll discuss which pattern you want. I think you should have the list somewhere. Surely you've got the list. If you haven't, please say in your first email, and then when I return an email with your code word, I will of course pop the list in as well. And then you've got to shove the code word in the comment that you'll have put on this video, and when it goes into replay, oh, that bit gets so confusing. Yeah, Crafty, you was way off. I never do that many. I'm too scared if I go OTT on it, it will fall apart. So that's the most I've ever actually done in one sitting is 4. But then I'm hand cranking it. I haven't got one of them extra slide on things that you can use the electric drill on. Oh, I am so tempted to get one of them. Could you imagine how quick you could knock some of these hats out? The only thing is, it hasn't got the row counter on it, so got no chance of keeping count. It would literally have to be when it hangs to a certain length off the table. That's when I'd stop. But yeah, congratulations there, Jen. And so let's have a nose. Who said what there? Because there's only a couple of you that have commented. Crafty came in with 10. No chance. Jen's first guess was 2. Have a go came 3. Have a go. Our Joe came in with 2. Jen came in with 4. Linda with 3. And then the picture come up because of course Joe's popped in with 4 and a laugh out loud. That's how I know. I'm gonna start getting some correct answers. But no, Crafty had already clicked 5 and pushed the button beforehand, so Julie jumped in with another 4. Right, so everybody is congratulating our Jen. Let's write that down. Okay, so we got congratulations. Thank you, everybody. OMG, slide on. And Julie is doing lots of claps. Careful with the emojis, guys. If you use too many, YouTube don't like it. Stupid YouTube. Right, okay, so we've got 6 of you in. And what was there? 1, 2, 3, 5 of you that had a go. Now, am I going to be nice? We've got 1 that's going up. So now I've got to think of another question. Okay. As I said to you earlier on, I am being a snot bag today, aren't I? I hanged up these balls of yarn. Okay. How many did I hang up that are in this bag? I'll put it like that. How many in this bag have I hanged up? Okay, now I'm just going to stick the mark in. Have a guess. How many balls did I hang up? Oh no, I'm going to have to open the packet now and count them, aren't I? So, get your numbers in, and of course, you have the chance now to win another a winner only pattern. I should say that they are also corner to corner patterns, but you have the chart there, so that if you prefer to work row by row, you can also change the stitch and do it a different way as well. So you can do it row by row. It's just it is written for corner to corner. And there are tutorials on my channel for 2 different style corner to corner stitches. One is the corner to corner mini, and then one is the corner to corner standard, but it's got a bit of a twist because I only use 5 chains, not 6 in my corner to corners, because it gives less of a gap between the squares, so there's less chance of little fingers getting caught. Right, so we got a 10, a 10, 11 and a 12 and a 10. I don't remember. I did say, I'm sure I counted the end, but yeah. So everybody had a guess that's having a guess. We've got 2, 5 of you. Alright. Hold on, I better be careful. Can you lot see me? Alright. We have ourselves a winner. Linda knows her yarn packs. That's all I can say. Congratulations, Linda. Yes, it was in fact 12. Brill. So here we go. There is 4. Oh, it's going to take me forever to get these neatly back in now. There's another 4. There's 8. 10, 12. So there you go. That's a 12 in the 12 in that packet. Wasn't a bad guess, honey. If it was a guess. So congratulations there, Linda. My email is in the description, hopefully, of this video. If it isn't, it'll be on Sunday's Whips, Bits and Chat. Okay. And also, can you read the description box? Hopefully it's in there of this video that explains what you need to do. That's alright, Julie, don't panic. Yeah, so basically what I need you to do is find me over an email and pop a comment on this video once it goes into replay. Then once I see the comment, I will send you over a code word that you will need to put into the comments that you'll have put onto this video once it goes into replay. Okay, that's so that I can check that the email is actually yours and not some cheeky toe rag that's trying to nick your prize. It has happened in the past. And then once I have your email verified, then we will discuss which pattern you would like. Okay, and remember it is for a corner to corner, and it's either a Dismate or a Marvellous, and I think there's 11 for you to choose from. So if you want the list, I'll tell you. Or you can say, have you got, and name me 3 different characters and I can surprise you. And hopefully I will have one of those 3. Doesn't mean I've got all of them, and I have no Disney princesses. I've got old school Disney. Okay, so let me see what else has been said. Can I edit that top comment? No. Okay, where are we gone? Never. So Crafty was saying that she'd never said she was a good girl. Then you guys were counting, and Linda 12. Okay, yay Linda, congratulations Linda. Oh, thank you, says Linda. Why have I put Linda 12? Because that was also there. So that's a Linda. And then we've got Julie saying 10, sorry. I was trying to save Granny Squares together. That's fine, darling, because it wasn't 10 years safe. We got a congratulations. It's there. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations. Disney and Marvellous are the same thing now, right? Copyright-wise, I suppose, it does look like they're nicking quite a lot of the themes. Disney are nicking quite a lot of the Marvellous themes, aren't they? I've just seen a new... They're going to be bringing out Incredible Hulk as a woman over on Disney. I haven't got the Disney Channel. I haven't got any of the Disney. It's just what I've picked up over the radio when I've been driving along, if it's on the radio or on, I don't know, Sky News or something on like Google when you open it up and it tells you. But yeah, they do seem to be taking over the market, don't they? What else was there? Well, there was another one where they're changing all the characters around to be of a different sex and stuff. I just think it's just getting a bit too much now. It's like, come on, Disney, create something new. Stop stealing from others. So where are we gone? We got Linda saying old school is so much better. Yeah, you will like the Disney old school, to be honest. Ninja's in, she's gone boo, and Jenny's saying hi Ninja. Yeah, Ninja, I showed everybody the picture of the hats because of course I've only gone and wrapped them, haven't I? And the other problem I've got is my tablet keeps spinning round, so I can only go, oh, look at the picture for like 3 seconds. See, it flicks. But yeah, they're all wrapped, ready to go with dresses on. I've just got to get my bum off the sofa in the morning to take them to the post office. Disney and Marvellous are the same things right now. Old school. Crafty's saying she thinks Disney may have bought Marvel. I really hope not. Like they did with Fox a few years ago, and definitely forming a monopoly. Yeah, it really is a shame. If they have and they've managed to do that, it's a shame because they've over Disneyfied some of the Marvel characters. No, not Marvel. What was it they bought when they did Star Wars? That I'm not keen on the new Disney version. I'm not keen on them at all. I believe they've really mucked up the story, and they've done it with a couple of other older sets of films and things, and I just think the new remake versions are too Disneyfied. You might as well just start getting them to sing character or something. It's like that far away from being a Disney, what we would class as a Disney film over a film by a different creator. Something new, the horror says Crafty. No chance, is it? It's all repeats. Ninja is, oh, thank you. That's alright, darling. As I said to you, it's not something I can use. I used up the yarn. And it will fit Wee Man. But it certainly ain't going to fit my head, is it? So yeah, Wee Man's got it. And finally I'm able to throw something at Wee Man. I've been wanting to do it for a while, actually. Since before I knew he was he. I just didn't have time. Not the time, honey. Right, I'm just trying to think, who have we got left in? We've got a few girls left in, haven't we? I'm just trying to think what else I can show you. Okay, so Linda, you're quite new. Julie's been here forever. Jen's been here forever. Linda's semi-new, I think. I'm still trying to remember who's who and how long you've been in for. Ninja sees everything. Right, okay, so if you've never done a corner to corner blanket before, and you've got a little girl that you're thinking, what can I make for Christmas? Oh, this sounds like a right promotion. It's not. It's just me trying to talk you into doing something. Yes, that is pretty much a promotion, isn't it? Shh. Right, okay. But going back to it, if you've never done a corner to corner and you want something that looks proper cool, have you thought about having a go at the cupcake blanket? Now this one is a lot larger than this. I have actually got it folded over. This one only has the 2 cupcakes on. You could extend it to 6, 8, so you can make it to fit a normal size bed, and rather than having it playmat size. And it's really, really simple, because you start off by making the plain squares. Now you don't have to use white. You can use multi-coloured yarn. You could do it stripes. Do it whatever you want. Okay, but you start off with your basic square of squares. So if you've never done a corner to corner before, that works brilliantly. Okay, once you've built up your confidence of doing the corner to corner, like square normally, you then start working onto the pattern for the cupcake. Now Ninja's had to go at this one. Just make sure you pay attention when you're coming down here. But yeah, so it's only 2 squares of this cupcake. Now you can also make it, if you do one of the cupcake squares and a plain square or a striped square or whatever you want, you can also turn it into a cushion. I've got a cushion up there, but I'm not getting up because that means I have to flash me bum in a pair of leggings. Not doing it. But the blanket itself actually has a really cute, really simple cupcake border. You might think, oh, that looks a bit intricate, but it isn't. Each colour difference is just a different set of stitches, and it's all done in double crochet. It's just how the double crochets are put together. Okay, and then the last bit is up here, the worst bit of all, the crab stitch. You don't have to do the crab stitch if you don't want to. But yeah, so that's the cupcake blanket and the cupcake border. Now that pattern is available in written form over on Ravelry, and it does give you a row by row what you need to do for your colour changes. So I do suggest with these ones that you actually do purchase the pattern, because it's there written for you. You don't have to be listening to me in your ear roll trying to write it down whilst trying to crochet. But if you want to, and you want to do it that way, you can. The video's also on the channel, which gives you a row by row of box counts and what you need to do, but of course you will end up having to write that down, so there is that small chance that you'll get your boxes round the wrong way. So that is the simplest one out there. Next up is coming up to Christmas. Oh, this is all going to fall, isn't it? There we go. Where are you? There we go. Well, it's coming up to Christmas, isn't it? So we also have a penguin with a candy cane border. That's what I've nicknamed it. So it's the penguin with a candy cane border. And of course, you can change up the colours on this. You don't need to have it in blue or in 2 shades of blue. I've had some gorgeous pictures come through where there's been blue, I've had green, I've had pink. There's been lots of different alternatives on this one. And although, again, that might look complicated, it isn't. Honestly, it's broken down really, really easily. And at this point, if I could do it, you'll be able to. Okay, so that is the penguin. And again, that one is over on Ravelry, but it is also on the channel, and I believe it was Christmas Mystery Cow. I may have actually put in the end section of that title now penguin, because I did it a couple of years ago as a mystery cow, hoping someone would join in, and they didn't. So I won't be doing mystery cow on C2C again, because that's just not fair, is it? On you guys. I think that's that was a bad idea. Jen, I believe that ping was your email coming up. I will check that one later for you, darling. Thank you for getting onto it so quick. And where have we gone? Linda, we've got 3 days to do this in, darling, because with the lives, you know that you've won, so I don't need to give you lots of time to come across the video first to find out you've won. So we've got 3 days to complete it in, for your prize. Okay, just trying to think. So that's the Christmas for the penguin. If you've got some cheeky little lasses, of course I love a unicorn. We have a unicorn version as well. Again, the pattern is available on YouTube as a tutorial, but it's also over on the Ravelry shop. Now remember, if you do decide that you want to purchase any patterns today, there is a 10% off code over on the shop. Make sure you use, if you're purchasing these patterns, make sure you use it so it gives you the discount. What you need to do is write gift in large letters. So let me write that back on the chat for you guys. Because of course the one above is slightly wrong. And we're going 10% off. Code is gift. Yep. Please have the link still in there. No, I didn't. I copied Linda's name. Pants. It's not letting me play, is it? Right, so yeah, if you use that code, which is the 10% off, so use gift in large, that will get you 10% off of all of these patterns. But if when you get over there you find out that you like the look of the Pops baby hat and blanket set, the BIddy baby hat and blanket set, or the Cheeky Monkey poncho hat and pattern set, don't use that gift code, because that knocks the 50% off that's already on the hat pattern if you buy them as the set rather than singly, which means you actually get more off using that other promotion than what you would the 10% gift that's running at the moment. They're both running at the same time, but I can't work out how to combine them to give you a better one. Oh, Julie, it was, wasn't it? Way back when. You was one of the evil toe rags that I think talked me into writing it up in the first place, weren't you? Because, right, so Julie has just said the unicorn was her first C2C and the grandbabies still argue over it. Now, when I first made the unicorn, I literally just made it. It was made for me, and at that point I was showing what I was making each week, or whenever I put a video out, I was showing what I'd made and what I bought. And then Julie and some of my older crazies were like, oh, we need the pattern, we need the pattern, we need the pattern, please write the pattern, please make a video. And I'm like, oh my word. So we did, didn't we? It took you about 6 to 8 months to talk me into doing it, and then we did it. And Julie was one of the girls that made it up and sent me some cool pictures, absolutely stunning. Were yours the ones that had the teddy bears in? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go and have a nose. I don't know if I've still got them actually. Well, they'll be in my emails, but I don't know if I've still got them. So yeah, that was the unicorn. Then we have, so I'm trying to equal this out, you see, so I'm not accused of being sexist or anything. So we got the unicorn, quite feminine. Then we have got Max the Koala. Okay, and of course you can change this around by changing the colours on the borders to a different shade. It could be male or female, it doesn't really matter. But that is a Max the Koala, and again there is a tutorial for free on the channel, and there is also the written pattern over on Ravelry. Oh, do you want to write it down? Right, now the next two, okay, only do them if you are completely and utterly insanely bat crazy. Okay, more than me, okay, more crazy than me, okay, because these things are humongous. Right, the first one up is Moose. As I said, it's humongous. Yeah, this is definitely a floor mat rather than a bed cover. You can't actually, I'm just looking through the holes on it at the moment, you can't see through it, can you? It's massive, okay. And that is the Moose. And then the latest one that I did that didn't make it as the Moose hasn't got a tutorial on the channel, or has it? No, I don't think it was, because it got a bit too big. But I can definitely say that this next one, although I love him or her, is not going to be made as a tutorial. Oh, wrong way up. Look at the size of... Is that still the wrong way up? Yes. Come on, Ange, get it round the right way. Okay. Now, the reason I did this one was because this year is the year of the tiger for the Japanese New Year. So I knocked this one up over Christmas. There's a couple of flaws in my one which are not in the written pattern. Okay, the written pattern is perfect. This was because I was getting harassed by Liam while I was trying to do it, so I kept losing my count and my brain wasn't in gear, and I was pushing and pushing myself to get it finished, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just put it down and stepped away for a day. But you ready? And that there is the tiger. I love this one. When I first drew that one up, or this one up, this was the one out of all of them I wanted to make. And then when I counted the boxes, I'm like, no. But yeah, he is a massive. I've left the border choice on that one open to you, open for you. I was going to be doing a I was thinking of maybe running a leaf up the side of it. I've got a rough idea on how I want to create the leaves going up the sides, but it's massive. I don't have the room to store it with even more yarn attached to it, and of course I've got no grandkids that I can chuck it at yet. And if I gave it to either of my daughters and said, for my grandbabies when you get there, they will look at me and go, no, we're not taking it, bog off. Especially considering the youngest one has told me I'm only getting grand snakes and not grandbabies as grandchildren. Told you, my youngest is loopy. Where are we gone? So let's have a look. Julie was saying the unicorn was her first. Oh, we've already read that one. So a crafty's just finished the head of a teddy bear. If I play my cards right, I can get 2 teddies from 100 grams of yarn. Keeping everything crossed for you, honey. Have a go with chat said, oh my gosh, he's lovely. I think that might have been Max. I'm not 100% sure. Must have been, because next up was a crafty with, I think the unicorns are actually a symbol of all genders at the moment, but I could be wrong. Yeah, with the unicorn pattern, of course, it says that you can easily change the pattern on its not the pattern, the colours, sorry, on his feet, because they're quite a solid colour. So you just got to remember what the code is that I've put in to what the colour is you're using. So we've had unicorns with blue feet, pink feet and green feet. We've had unicorns with, oh, there was one that came in, the background was part stripy, the hair was some mega strange colours. She gothed it up basically. I loved that unicorn. It was such a shock, because I'd had a couple of girls that had come in and there've been gentle changes to the colour choices. I'll put it like that, gentle changes, Whereas like mine has got, I think, blue feet. Theirs had pink or yellow. And then the next one I've opened up, it's got bright background and cripes, it's bright hair. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I really loved it. Really did. And I believe that the child it went to actually adored it as well. So yeah, it's got a little way to go, but yeah, those are the corner to corner. There's not as many as people seem to think. They could have been, but I got bored of them. So I am, she says, I have got one in the process of being made at the moment, but I'm making the spare parts for the tutorial first. So I can show you the item before we actually start making it, and possibly having it in the background as we make it, because it's going to be along the same sort of style as the cupcake blanket, but I'm not too sure yet how large my patterned squares are going to be. But once I know, we'll have some fun, because then the tutorial gets spoken about and you lot will know about it. But before I can get on with that, I've got a different tutorial that I'm doing where I'm combining. I'm working with two other creators. One girl has invented the pattern, the other one has helped her invent it and written it down, and I'm reading through it and finding all the apostrophe and full stop mistakes and putting them in, and then I'll be recording the tutorial. I got to row 2 this week, and of course I've had to put it down because of the hand, but got to row 2. I was quite impressed. That took me 2 days. So yeah, the pattern's really simple, it's just the pain was just too much, and the squeaking yarn on hook where the heat was too hot, and the husband saying stuff over recording and all that sort of bits and pieces. So it's just like, no, I'm going to wait until I get back here, it's a bit cooler, and I can just do it in as a do the first set as a oneer really, and go from there, because the first bit's going to be the easy bit, because of course it's just telling you what you're going to need, and probably getting up to the end of the first set of repeats, and then leaving you to run with how many repeats you want to do before we move to the second set on the shawl. So that first video is going to be easy to do. It's the second part, because of course I've got to work out how many repeats I'm going to want for my shawl, do them, and then come back and start recording again. Just as I've got into making the stuff, I've got to then stop and come back, but it'll get done. And yes, Crafty, oh gosh, that cat was huge. And yeah, hold on a minute, was that done in the standard or the mini? Oh no, that was done in the standard corner to corner. You can shrink that one down by doing it in the corner to corner mini, so the squares will be smaller and you'll use less yarn as well. It'll take you probably about the same amount of time though. Let's have a look. Julie is saying that's cute. Joe is saying beautiful. Oh my, they're awesome, says Linda. Crafty is saying there's no grandkids yet. No grandkids yet. No, I don't want them yet either. The girls, although my eldest is now 21, and I was 21 when I had her, and my mum was 21 when she had me. I really want my daughter to skip the well, everybody else in the family did it scenario. I want her to jump to being a bit older and a bit more settled first, before she starts popping out babies. She started off by saying she'd only ever adopt, then like when she was little, I don't want babies, I'm only going to ever adopt. Then it moved on to I will have them when I'm in my 30s, and I'm like, that'll do me. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind being an old grandma. Which I won't be, because if she's 30, that's only going to make me 51. Oh, pants, that's only 6 years away. No, she can wait till she's 40. Julie was saying her little bit of sparkle was very tame in comparison. The sparkle, I'm trying to think where you put the sparkle in the horn, didn't you, on the unicorn? Crikey, if I've got this correct, I'm going to be impressed, because that's like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think, since I've seen that picture. Or since you sent it to me anyway. Ninja, what do you mean you've just learnt normal? You did normal over a year ago when you made the cupcake blanket, you donut. And the, what was it? There is a video out for the mini. The mini is on the Stitch a Week playlist, and it is a number 4. The normal corner to corner is number 5. And if I've got that around the right way, I'm going to be impressed, but I'm not pulling the box out to have a look. Hello, Lauren, and welcome in, darling. Oh, Julie, sweet. Julie's saying that she's got a new grandson due next month. How much have you made for that baby already, girl? Crafty says you're only as old as you feel. Well, darling, I'm knackered. I'm ready for the glue factory. So what does that say? I'm only in my early 40s. And yeah, I'm already ready for the glue factory. The left-hand side is completely gone lame. Jo says, she says, I said I was never going to get married and I was never having kids. But then I got married, had 3 kids in my 30s, but I got a buy one, get one free. So you got some twins. That's just showing off, that is. You're like, look at me, not only can I do it once, I got 2. Oh, bless. Julie's saying, that with the new baby coming, that's going to make 5 girls and 2 boys, and the eldest is now 16. Gosh, she's starting to feel old. That's the eldest grandchild. Yes, and the sparkle was in the horn. Well done. Oh my gosh, and I've actually got it visually in my brain cell popped up at the moment as to which one yours was. Crafty's saying, I'm only 10 years older than she is. I'm fine. No, I'm not. I am falling apart and ready for the glue factory. I'm an old knacker. No, I've got to be careful with the words I use. Hopefully you youngsters will know what I mean when I say I'm ready for the glue factory. And Crafty's saying that she is in the I'm allergic to kids phase of my life. I wish I'd had that one earlier. No, yeah, no, I fully get it. I started early, but then that means now that once they're through school and they're off doing their own thing, that means I can start doing my own thing before I fully fall apart. If I'd have waited until I was in my 30s, I would have been falling apart about the same time as I am now, which meant I would be taking my kids to school using a walking stick. And not being able to join in on sports day. So for me, my choice, I was really lucky, my choice worked out for me. But no, would I have one now? A new one? No. I'll just wait for the grandkids, or just nick other people's children. That's the best one. You nick them, you feed them up with loads of sugar and make them hypo, and then give them back. And bounce them around a bit before they leave, so they vomit in the car on the way home. That's why my sister won't let me look after my nephews. I threatened it. I've never done it. I've only ever threatened it. But yeah, that's enough for my sister to go, no, you are not taking the kids down the sweet shop. I know what you'd do. But then saying that, I did do that with my Australian niece and nephew. When we went over there, when they were... crikey, when would it have been? And we'd only been married a short time, so Lily was a baby, my youngest was a baby. We've gone over and we took our 2 eldest to the cinema, and we let them go mad on pick and mix. So they had we blew about $120 on a pick and mix just for the kids, and then they had the trays that had the drink, the popcorn and the extra sweets in as well, because I'd gone and bought them. thinking, well, that's enough for them. And then my husband comes in with these kids with big grins because they've got these 2 almighty bags of pick and mix. Look like they've been out Halloween trick-or-treating. And yes, they did feel sick. And yes, I did get told off by the ex-sister-in-law whilst the brother-in-law was going, she's dealing with it, not me. But yeah, it was quite fun. Where are we gone? Crafty is saying she's way too selfish to have kids and experiences, so I have not encouraged the process. If you choose to, you choose to. If you don't, you don't. It's such an individual thing, and we are so lucky that in today's society we are actually allowed to choose which way we want to do it, and we're no longer forced, are we, into having to get married, have kids. We can actually choose to have career, home, free time. After I'm evil. No, I'm not. And Joey's saying she's going to need a crafting plan as her kids leave for different universities next month. She'll need to keep herself busy and she's going to miss them terribly. Oh, cripes. I know where you're coming from, darling. I know what I was like when the eldest went off to university. I'm just trying to think. No, I don't really. I want to know where they're going, but I don't want to ask because that's a bit too private. I'm a bit of an iffy, don't share too much type of girl. I share silly stories, don't I? Julie's saying she totally agreed. She married at 17, had her first baby at 18, the next one at 19, next one at 24. Ouch! Her babies will be 30 next month, and she has next month, and he already has 4 babies of his own now. So you get to enjoy yourselves. That's really cool though. And Ninja is loving being a nanny. I got to see little man today actually. They were playing bubbles, and that fluffy puppy of hers. He is so well trained. He goes up to the dog. The dog goes up to the baby that's in the bouncy chair, and he goes up and he gets close and he tickles the baby with his whiskers, and then moves away. He doesn't lick the baby. He was literally tickling the baby with his whiskers. I can see that baby riding on the back of that husky in about a year's time, shouting "Mush, mush, mush!" And if he doesn't, I'm going to teach him when I come down for a visit, because I keep threatening to visit our Ninja. It used to be cheaper to drop the parcel round than what it did to post it. You'll probably find it might be the same. It depends. I'll have to have a look tomorrow. Julie's saying being a grandparent is the best club in the world. That's only because you can give them back. You've got to do the 18 years of hard slog first. I don't blame some people for not wanting them 18 years of hard slog. They're the sensible ones. So where have we gone? Crafty's saying, oh, that's adorable. Ninja's having a giggle. Joey's saying it's okay. Her eldest is doing a master's at Manchester, and the first twin is in Edinburgh, in Napa in Edinburgh, and the second twin is in Edinburgh. So hold on, if they're both in Edinburgh, but they're at separate unis, are they going to crash in the same pad, or have they literally had enough of each other now, so they're moving to separate unis and they'll come back for parties and stuff? Julie's saying exactly he. And Crafty's saying 18 years if you're lucky. Yeah, my first one went at 18 years because she went off to university. And she came back for about 6 months. She couldn't handle it. She was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. And I'm like, look, babe, we're in lockdown. I'm ill. I've had COVID. I don't want it again. You're in lockdown, love. Now I'm going out with my mates. And I'm like, okay, fine. You go out with your mates, then you can stay in that room for 2 weeks and we'll see you after 2 weeks. You'll put yourself in self-isolation. She's like, I don't like that. So you're stuck at home then. But then she also didn't like the idea of having to wash up or do anything like her own washing. So after a while, she went to my mum's. where my mum does her washing for her. My mum's a nightmare. My mum's like, but she's my granddaughter, and I'm like, but she's an adult. Get her to do her own washing. Oh, that's not too bad then, Joe. The twins are only a 15-minute walk from each other. That's nice, because if they feel like they need each other, they're there for each other. But if they really want to have some alone time, they can do. So that's not bad. So are the twins identical or yeah, are they identical or non-identical? Because that's the one. If they're identical, they could be really start confusing people. Can you imagine identical twins making the same friends, and then one day the friend gets taken to one house, and then the next day it's the next house, and they're like, what's going on? Oh, let's get them back before I trip over them. Oh dear. Right, and then the last pattern up, of course, I told you about the Cheeky Monkey poncho and hat set, and this one's it. Here's the hat. Now, of course, this is size adjustable, so you can adjust this to make it the size that you need for the linen, and of course change colours as well. So there's the hat, and this one here is the little poncho. Okay, now you've got to remember I guesstimated the size on this one. I had a t-shirt upstairs that I laid it over the top of to see if it would fit. I was tempted to put it on the eldest daughter, but she weren't here, so she's a little beanpole, so I could have gone, there you go, have a summer top. But no, so that's the little Cheeky Monkey poncho that goes along with the hat. And as I said, those two are on the 50% off deal. Okay, sorry, I've just read that without reading it out loud. Hold on. 15 minutes. Julie's saying I'm just pulling out the granny squares suck. Oh no, you're on that part of the granny square as well, are you? I'm doing a top at the moment, and it's been put in time out about 3 or 4 times now. I've made all the squares, it got put in time out. I started putting it together, it got put in time out. I've put the front and the back together, it's gone in time out because I can't get that bit correct. I probably could if I sat and thought about it, but I haven't bothered sitting there and thinking about it yet because I've had the office stuff going on in my head and everything else I need to get done. Okay, so Joe's saying it's she's got a boy and a girl. He's really tall and she's really small. Oh my god, it's like twins! The remake. On the height difference, nothing else. There you go. Instead of the parent trap, it would be college boyfriend's trap. And Joe says that's lovely. I think that was in regards to the cheeky monkey set. Thank you, darling. Hey, Crafty's gonna win. She's saying she's on the is now of her teddy, and it'll be 2 bears from 100 grams. That is super cool. Congratulations, darling. She's even got a bit of a dance going on. I haven't got any dancey tunes or anything like the rest of the girls have. I'm not there yet, not by a long shot. I can show them how to overdub, and they're gonna have to show me how to do all the rest of it. Okay, Julie is saying that she has stitched her item all together, but she has 1 square missing. How does that even happen? Check under the sofa, in your bra. The kitchen floor was another good one where it's got stuck to your clothes and you've walked through the house. Bottom of your bag, your crafting bag, or down the corner of the sofa. That's my normal places where it hides. Or I have to go and check out in the garden because Liam's got it and part buried it. But that's normally only with monkey tails and things that look like they'll be fun to chew. Like a crochet hook. He took out my 4mm the other day and I caught him. I've now got a nibble on the end of one of my 4mm crochet hooks. Luckily it's one of the old ones that was falling apart anyway, and not one of the new ones that's still got the number attached to it. Oh, he was there going, honestly, I'm well behaved. And you're like, I know you're not, you little snot bag. And where we gone? Stitched it all together. One's going missing. How does that even happen? Right. Crafty is saying she'll have photos up on her Instagram page this week. I'll have a nose if I've got you on my Insta. I can't remember. You know what I'm like for names. I just go, oh, I like that. Like. Was it Crafty's also saying in your bra and other clothing too. Julie's like, oh, Puppy, I wonder. Right, and then we got Joe saying, I often find stitch markers in my bra. Once I found a knitting needle tip. Okay. I'm just trying to think. Oh, most of the time it's dinner for me. Weirdest places. Okay, what's the weirdest place you've found a stitch marker? Is anybody going to have a go at that one? Or where's the weirdest place you've found a stitch marker? Don't get me wrong, I've found them in the footwell of my car. Where I've sat parked up and I was making, say, poppies, and I've dropped a stitch marker. That one's quite sensible, in the footwell of the car. I found them in my shoes. Judy is saying, ouch, that must have hurt Joe in regards to the knitting needle. Ow! Okay, that might be where the owls come from. A Crafty says she once fell asleep on a sewing needle and it was not fun. Ouch! Linda says she comes home and she finds a ball of yarn all over the floor. Laugh out loud. So, is that kids, puppy, cat, or hubby? Joey's saying big knockers can hide a lot. I've noticed that. Yeah, you can get your mobile phone in. I used to have to buy a bra size bigger just so I could put my mobile phone and my pack of fags in there when I went out. I don't need that no more. It fits down the middle and it's held there nicely. Okay, Ninja is saying she found one in her bra. No, that's not weird at all. I think we've all done that one. Craft is saying, weirdest place I found a stitch marker? You do not want to ask that. Lauren says, she doesn't leave crumbs down her bra. She loses an entire sandwich. That's not lost, that's saved for later. Linda's saying it's the cats that harass the ball. Liam got hold of a ball of wool quite a while ago. Let's just put it like this, he won't do it again. It took me 10 minutes to cut him free. So yeah, you show him a ball of wool, you chuck it and he runs in the other direction now. He'll only nick stuff that's actually made. If it's still attached to the ball of wool, he won't do it, which is why 9 out of 10 times now I will leave stuff purposely attached so that, or attached to each other, so he won't nick it. Alright, okay, Crafty. Crafty's saying, don't use them till you hold your phone. Well, you're right, babe. My phone's never flipping charged. The most I use my phone for is to hold my cash cards. For when I go shopping. It's never charged and it's never on. Yeah, I'll leave that last little section for everybody else to read out, darling. But yeah, the reason I used to say I would hold all that in my bra was before I had children, I had eggs. They were flat as eggs, or pancakes, however you want to say it. So I needed to pad it out, and there's only so much tissue you can put in your bra. Oh dear, well this conversation has really turned it. Oh, no wonder it's 9:30. That's 2.5 hours I've had some of you on here with me bugging you. Right, I'm not being horrible. My throat is actually getting sore, and I'm now out of juice. And I'm out of things to talk and show you, really. So I think it's time for me to head off, so that the girls that won today, which were our lucky, where are we gone? Jen R, if you're still here, honey, and Linda. I'm going to go and check for your emails in a few moments, and then we can start the whole ball rolling. So if you're still here, if you could pop a comment in the comment section in this video in about 3 to 4 minutes once it goes into the replay. Okay, now I'm going to head off. Oh no, I've got some more comments. Hold on a second. And where are we gone? Ninja's rolling her eyes at me. She can vouch for the fact that my phone is never on. Did I ever actually give you my mobile number? As I said, it's never on. Crafty is saying she's got nothing else to do. Totally fair. She's monopolised my time quite enough. No, darling, you're perfectly fine. It's just, as I said, my throat and everything's starting to go. It's been 2.5 hours. I normally only do an hour and a half max, because I think I start boring people otherwise, because I've run out of things to talk about. And I'm sure that we've possibly got Granny D coming on shortly as well. Or there will be at least another creator bouncing up shortly. I just don't know who is on. Let's have a look. Where are we? That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. YouTube. Who have we got on? If you like Ola Joe, she is on now. And I'm thinking because that's who I've got showing up straight off. Yep, so let's go raid Ola Joe. I'm thinking Asylum Breakout, but I can't spell that. Can any of you? Hold on, I will jump up. I will.
Yes, I have to have stitch mark.
Sorry, Ola. Oops, I'll pop her on silent for a second. Grab her link. I'm going to pop that in the description box now. So, shall we go and raid Ola? I will see you over there in about 10 minutes. Right, so I'm going to head off now. I will see you all really, really soon. Thank you ever so much for being with me this evening. Right, I will see you all really soon. Ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.